Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends Future Foundation Spider-Man stealth suit in the brand new plastic-free packaging. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Future Foundation Spider-Man stealth suit in this brand new plastic-free packaging. Now, it is not the first time we have got plastic-free Marvel Legends, as both the army builders from Pulse and the VHS line are already plastic-free. But when it comes to the main line, this is our first look at the new normal, if you will, as I'm assuming that all Marvel Legends sort of Build-A-Figure waves are going to be in this style packaging now, where we have no clear window, and we've just got to hope that the figure's inside. So I have genuinely not opened this yet. I'm hoping there's a Future Foundation Spider-Man, but yeah, it's like a blind box at this point. It could be anything. It could be a potato, I don't know. But this is the first figure from the Spider-Man series this summer, celebrating 60 years of Spider-Man. It's called Spider-Man 60 Years, 60 Amazing Years, Beyond Amazing. We're going to get 10 sets overall, and this is the first one I've got in hand. And as I said, my first look at the new normal for Marvel Legends. So let's compare it first, the box, to a standard Marvel Legend box. So here we have Doc Ock. This is what we're used to seeing, nice window box packaging. Now, this is a point of contention between collectors, especially for people who buy at retail. You like to look through the figures and pick ones with the best paint apps. Now, that's not something that's going to affect my buying experience, as I buy a lot of my Marvel Legends online. Like most 99% of my Legends are brought online, so I've never got to pick between paint apps on my Legends. I have to just take what I get. So not having a window box isn't going to affect my buying experience. However, as a collector, I am sad to see this style go, because I do like to buy figures, some of my favorite characters, to keep mint on card and display that way as just a collector's piece. So now with the window disappearing, I have less desire to do that. I have less desire to just keep the box, because let's be honest, I could put a potato in this, put this in an acrylic case, and just for the rest of life pretend that Spider-Man's in there. No one would ever know. So yeah, there's definitely worthy of conversation. But there it is. It's obviously smaller, and if I spin it around onto the back, you can see now we've got no bio, but these exclusives don't usually come with a bio anyway. But the box is definitely smaller compared to a standard Marvel Legend. So this is going to be the new normal, people. This is going to be extinct in 2023. Thank you very much, Hasbro. But as I said, it's not the first plastic-free packaging. Just to compare it to some of the others we've already got. So we've got our army builders and we have our VHS line, which are already plastic-free. And I've said it before, out of everything they're doing so far, the VHS line is definitely the most desired plastic-free packaging, as it's a nice piece of art on the front. Like, you can display the box as it is with the figure in front, where I have less desire to do that with just the digital render. It's quite boring. But as you can see, the new plastic-free packaging's already been on these two. But yeah, there we go. Here's our first look at the new normal. I know it's pretty boring looking at a box, but it is the first time I've got this in hand. So there we go. Digital render on the front. We got the Spider-Man logo there. Future Foundation at the top. Usually we get the right up down here at the bottom for what is in the box. Up here is the amazing 60 amazing years of Spider-Man, of course. We get an image there on the side. That's another image, well, a comic book image there, which is nice, and then a digital render on that side. On the back, as I said, no wave association, no Build-A-Figure pieces or anything like that, no wave, no write-up, but we do get a list of everything that's in the box, which is new, because now we can't see what accessories it comes with. They have to tell you. So now we know we're getting two sort of web effects and two interchangeable hands, it seems. So he's going to have a set of fists and a set of sweeping hands, or at least I hope he does. So I don't usually open boxes on camera, but since this is the first time, and we could be in for a surprise here, God knows what's in this box, let's do that. So we still have our tabs on the side here, so I can do that, and then open it this way. There we go. Here it comes. Okay, so standard sort of size. Some things are already falling out. We've got some paper, so I'll just pull this. There we go. This is it. This is the new normal. Spider-Man in some cardboard. Let's save the planet, everyone. So yeah, at least I can see it is Spider-Man. Let's free him. There he is. He's free. It's Spider-Man. So he's in his little cardboard prison. which I have no concerns with ripping open. I'll just recycle this, so that's the point of it, isn't it? And there we go, he's in a plastic bag. But at least I have what the box told me I did. That's good to know. Here we have our Future Foundation Spider-Man. Here we have our Future Foundation Stealth Suit Spider-Man out of the packaging with all of his accessories. And to be fair, he's not a potato. Everything the box says was going to be in there was in there. We got the 2 web effects and we got the 2 interchangeable hands as well. Now, I am happy the figure's there, but what I am unfortunately disappointed with, the sloppy paint apps. Unfortunately, my first buying experience with this new packaging is a bad one, as if I seen this on the shelf at retail, I would have left it right on the peg, as the logo on the front of my Spider-Man has definitely got some sloppiness to it. Now, am I being picky? Maybe, but it's still the principle. I don't really want to be dealing with this, because now to get a clean logo, I might have to contact Hasbro. Hasbro are going to tell me to contact the independent retailer. That small independent retailer is going to get a hit now, and it's just a frustrating situation. So now I'm stuck with a sloppy logoed Spider-Man. So yeah, there's definitely going to be issues with this new plastic-free packaging for a while, that is for sure. But again, here's the figure. Let's still do a little review. Let's take a closer look. Zooming in at the head sculpt, which is all black with the white Spider-Man eyes with the sculpted ridge around the side. To be fair, you can't really get that wrong. Nice and simple, nice and clean, no complaints with the Spider-Man head sculpt. I do like those size eyes. What I don't like, however, though, is that sloppy paint on my logo on the front. Now, to be fair, when you've got white lines painted on a black body, they are going to be really easy to spot any blemishes, but it is frustrating that it's right there on the chest. You see that just sloppy area there? It's like an indent on my spider. But the lines do continue all the way over the sculpted elements, well, the articulated elements with the butterfly joints onto the shoulder, and then all the way around to the back. Another Spider-Man logo there. It's on the Sunfire body, so we've got this hole, which doesn't need to be there, and now we've just got a big black hole in our white Spider-Man logo on the back, so that's a bit unfortunate, but it is a little bit cleaner on the back. If we spin it around to the side, we've got the sort of black and white, and then on the inside of the body, it's more white than black. So the lines are pretty clean, but what is disappointing about using these older bodies now is that the pins are big black dots on this body, where these should be white, but they're done black so they don't stick out on this side. So you sort of sacrifice the look of the here to get a better look on the outside. But yeah, those pins, again, in this day and age, it's disappointing seeing those big black dots on this figure. As I said, Sunfire body, so you've got decent ab crunch, to be fair. Let me zoom out a little bit. Decent ab crunch forward, decent ab crunch back, swivel at the waist, butterfly joints as well on the front, so really far there. Really far back, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and a hinge on the wrist as well. So to be fair with the articulation, this Sunfire body is pretty good for its time. It's just with the new advancements, it is sort of frustrating seeing those things. Down to the legs, you've got the swivel at the top of the thigh, and the legs go really far wide. Like, look at that. That's a pretty good kick out. Pretty good kick forward. And doing that, we've just realised that same situation with these double, like, pins. So the pins are white on this side, so obviously they're white on this side, and they do stand out. So yeah, that's, again, an unfortunate situation about this figure. Now, Spider-Man is a character just like Iron Man, where I will buy each and all of them to create big sort of Hall of Armors or Spider-Verse displays. So I will take every Spider-Man Hasbro throw at me. But as I said, I do think this particular design would have benefited from an updated Marvel Legends body that they have in their library currently. But yeah, the lines are more cleaner there on the legs, as you can see. Really clean. Double jointed knees. Really good there. He can kick his own ass all day long. Swivel and pivot at the foot, no problem. There's even a boot cut there, even though he's not wearing boots, which is fine. So for a Spider-Man figure, this has got a decent range of articulation, like no complaints at all. I think other Spider-Man figures, like the Spider-Man 2099, the white version, use this body as well. So we know it's decent. But as I said, when you've got sloppiness on a black and white design, it's going to be noticeable. But yeah, decent articulation. I do like the character design, but to be honest, I think we all wanted the white Future Foundation suit rather than this inverted version. But I'm hoping that's coming at some point in the future. But there you go, Spider-Man. So one set of sweeping hands and one set of fisted hands. Let's have a quick look at them. So first, our set of fisted hands, which are always good for neutral poses, fighting, punching, all that good stuff. And then we get a set of sweeping hands, as you should do for all your Spider-Man figures, which are decent enough. No wall crawling hands, which is unfortunate, but because he's on a white and black body, I do think you may have potential to use any of the previous black symbiote Spider-Man's hands on here, but you're just going to be missing the white inner, if that makes sense. But I'm assuming those hands will pop on here if that doesn't bother you, and you might be able to get it to work for some poses. And I apologise as you're not going to be able to see these very well against my white background, but he comes with two web swinging accessories which are made in like this translucent white, so as you can see it sort of disappears against the background. But both of these are exactly the same. You get two of them. They've sort of got a grip on one end and then a sort of hook on the other end, and they're nice and flexible. I'm sure you can use these for a display, get him dangling or wrap it around a bad guy, no problem at all. Where's Hellfire Hank? There you go. You can wrap it around Hellfire Hank if you wanted to, but Hank's too strong for that. That guy's worthy. But yes, there you go. Web effects, which are decent, they're okay, but I prefer like bendy wire effects for display. They're a little bit more dynamic to pose, but it's something. Before we move on, I really do have to point this out and shout out to Brandon, Hero.Collections, for letting me know, because yeah, this is frustrating, okay? So new plastic-free packaging. This is what we're meant to be getting in the box. Now, I have put my figure in the exact same pose that's in the box, okay? Do you see that? Now look at the box, look at those inside of the legs, look at the pins. They are black, all black. They look like nice black pins to match the inside of the legs. Now look at the figure. Look at what we're actually getting. It actually has the white pins and they stand out quite a bit. Like if I zoom in, look at that. White pins on the leg. Look at the box. Black pins. So we're not actually getting what the box is advertising. So again, a very frustrating point of this new packaging. It's like, if you're going to tell us what's in the box, at least be accurate, because look, white pins, no pins. Well, the pins are there, but they're painted black. But you know what I mean? It's still wrong. Let me zoom out again. I'll show you. There's the figure on the box. There's the figure in the same pose. Look at that. Black pins, white pins. It's not the same, Hasbro. Let's just dive straight into some comparisons, and since we're on a black and white theme, here we have the Negative Zone Spider-Man and the Agent Venom. Black on black, here we have Venom and Symbiote Spider-Man on the retro body, and as I mentioned earlier, if you do have the wall crawling hands from this guy, they will work on this Future Foundation stealth suit. They'll be a little bit inaccurate, but if you're okay with that, I think they will work for some poses or for some photos. Here we have some females from the Spider-Verse also dressed in black and white, as we have Spider-Woman and Black Cat. How about some regular looking Spider-Man, as we have the retro Spider-Man and then the classic pizza Spider-Man. Here we have Peter Parker and Mary Jane, and will that Peter Parker head work on this body? Yes, of course it does, and it actually looks pretty good on this black and white body as well. If you know anything about the Future Foundation, then you know the Fantastic Four are heavily involved. And in recent years, Hasbro gave us 3 different versions of blue uniform Fantastic Four. So surely it's just a matter of time before Hasbro give us the white and black Future Foundation version of Fantastic Four. And hopefully we get the white version of Spider-Man as well. Here we have Tigra and Frogman. And last but absolutely never least, here we have Captain Britain and Hellfire Hank. So, final thoughts on this Marvel Legends Future Foundation Stealth Suit Spider-Man, or the inverted Future Foundation as I'm going to call it, as let's be honest, this is the least desired version of the Future Foundation uniform for Spider-Man. We all want that updated version of their Epic Heroes release where it's the white with the black rather than the black and the white. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm sure it does. But you know what I'm talking about. Maybe they're saving that for a more updated Marvel Legend body with the pinless tech, as that really would benefit. Unfortunately, this figure here, slowly spinning around the rotating base, is a victim of the old Marvel Legend tropes with the sort of pins that really do stick out on this type of character design. And as you start articulating, it breaks up the actual design. And also, mine's got paint blemishes and the deco's not great. And as a first experience of the new normal of that plastic-free packaging, I'm a little bit disappointed. Hopefully it's not a sign of the future and I've just got a bit of bad luck, which is usually the case. As I said, it shouldn't really affect my buying experience, but I'm still going to be annoyed when things are wrong. But again, I try not to be negative, but it is just very frustrating. These figures are not getting any cheaper, do you know? So the more money I spend, the more attention I'm paying to these small details. So yeah, but still, I'm a sucker for Spider-Man. I'm a sucker for Iron Man. They are the two characters where Hasbro have got me hook, line and sinker, and I'm going to be buying all of the different character designs. But I do have more desired figures from this Beyond Spider-Man, sort of Beyond Amazing lineup this summer. This definitely wasn't at the top of the list for sure, but it's the first one I've got, and I was more curious to check out the box, let's be honest. But anyway, I'm rambling. You let me know what you think in the comments below, because there's a lot to talk about here. Do you like the character design? Do you like the box art? Are you disappointed with the body choice? All that good stuff. But if you want to see more reviews and more Marvel Legends content, then you're in the right place, and stick around, because hopefully I'm getting more of these Spider-Man figures very, very soon. Check out the videos tab, find the playlist, but most importantly, please, 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 hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. Hit the notification bell. Do not miss out on a video. And hit that join button. Become a channel member. Either show some love or join the members club. Beyond the channel, you are helping to support. It is that simple. Those are the perks. Follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. I'm on Twitter as well at Dan Who Reviews. Tweet me. Don't be shy. But until then, I am Dan W. And I will, of course, see you on the next one.